Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today, it's a little bit of a different one. We're going to be looking at what Bitcoin actually is. I know a lot of you that don't regularly watch my videos, you may be confused on why do we even need this Bitcoin thing and how it's going to revolutionize our financial system forever. So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you and explaining what Bitcoin actually is, what are its pros and cons, and how it will benefit society forever, and why you should not skip on it even right now, because trust me, it's not too late. This video is recorded by a kid for a kid, so it's going to be in very, very simple terms for anyone in any age group to understand. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. Now, jumping into Bitcoin basics, what is Bitcoin? Like, what is it? Why do we even need it? And what is the thing that makes it so revolutionary and differentiates it from stuff like PayPal or any other internet medium of exchange to convey for transactions? Now, the thing that differentiates Bitcoin from all of these other things is the fact that there is no bank in the middle. Now, why would you not need a bank? That's a very good question. Now, the answer to this question is pretty simple. Well, it's not simple, but I'll give it to you in simple terms. Our monetary system is unfortunately very corrupt. A lot of countries around the world, the money can be printed throughout the direction of the Federal Reserve. Money is not correlated to any other raw material. Now, a long time ago, money used to be correlated to a country's gold reserve. After Nixon in the United States, that gold reserve, that gold standard was abolished, and the Federal Reserve could print as much money as it wanted. Now, once you remove, right, a correlation of a raw material or something like gold to the amount of money available, then what happens is the more money that is printed, inflation increases simultaneously. So governments keep on printing money to, pay for stuff. They pay for, let's say, hospitals, education, etc., military. They pay for all of these things by generating more money from thin air. Now, this is where Bitcoin comes into play. Bitcoin is limited to only 21 million Bitcoins. So no CEO, no government can force print more Bitcoin. It's basically like gold, but it's better because gold has finite supply, but we don't know the exact number of gold. We could dig up and find a ton of gold out of nowhere, or an asteroid falls down onto Earth with gold, and there's just suddenly a lot more gold. Now, Bitcoin, it's limited. It will be limited no matter what. And for a transaction to take place, there's no bank involved in between. What happens is, around the world, there are multiple nodes run by individuals, and these nodes create a decentralized network. Now, how these transactions are actually processed is pretty interesting because it all relies on math. For a transaction to be processed, these nodes, which are made of computers, right, like graphics cards, just simple computers, these graphics cards break down mathematical code for a transaction to process. Now, you have thousands and thousands of these computers, these graphics cards, breaking down mathematical code at the same time. Now, the reward is the GPUs, the graphics cards that individually break down this code, they get rewarded with Bitcoin. That's how it works. Yes, the supply is limited to 21 million, but currently there's around 17 million Bitcoin in circulation. The rest, some of it's lost, and some of it is given to miners as a reward. Now, of course, at some point, this will stop. So the more miners around the world, the more decentralized Bitcoin's network is. Currently, there are a lot of miners because the reward for mining Bitcoin is still high. However, after 2024, unfortunately, this reward will decrease by a half. And every cycle, this reward goes a half, comes half again. So we need the price of Bitcoin to skyrocket for mining to remain profitable. Otherwise, miners around the world will stop actually mining Bitcoin, causing Bitcoin's network to become not functioning. Because if we don't have miners around the world, then Bitcoin transactions cannot take place. So this is coming to the very important topic. Is it too late to come into Bitcoin? I mean, is there going to be any other cryptocurrency that does the same job Bitcoin does, but does it more efficiently and cannot lose? I mean, the entire chain cannot be lost over lack of miners or etc. Now, this is a very good question. Now, personally, I'm more of a Bitcoin maximalist, so I believe in Bitcoin a lot. But if we objectively look at the situation, then yes, this is a possibility. I mean, this is a possibility that mining does not become profitable enough and Bitcoin will no longer exist. So that's why we have stuff like Ethereum that works on a proof of stake model. And that's a different model to proof of work. It doesn't require mining. It requires people staking their own cryptocurrency for the entire chain to continue functioning. Now, this gets rid of the decentralized element. However, it's environmentally actually better compared to proof of mining. It's still secure, but it's not secure as full decentralization. And hypothetically, big corporations and big institutions can take over this. And, then there's still no need for Ethereum, and you might as well just go on with a bank account. So that's the situation. But let's revert back to the question again. Why do we not need banks? As I said, the monetary system is corrupt. The government can print as much money as they want whenever they want. And in specific countries, if you do something that the country or government says that you shouldn't do, which could be very stupid, right? It's something that's not harmful, not anything. It's just something the government decided. And if you don't obey that, then they can freeze your bank account. They can freeze your assets. Look at the recent wars. Because of the recent wars, certain people in certain countries, their accounts got frozen. They were not able to transfer their money into different countries where they want to relocate. Even though if they had nothing to do with the war, their bank accounts were frozen. This is where crypto comes into play. If you have done nothing wrong and you just want your assets to be secure, then what do? Then you put it on Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency where you can transfer your assets and they're unconfiscatable. Now, what's that term mean? It means that the crypto belongs to you and only to you. Of course, you have to bring it out of an exchange and put it on a hardware wallet. Putting it on a hardware wallet means that you own your Bitcoin and not the exchange. I will get into that in just a second. But if you have no fault, you've done nothing wrong, you should be free and have the freedom to own your own money and control it whenever you want. That is what Bitcoin allows you to do. You can transfer your Bitcoin anywhere around the world globally. Like, for example, can you bring more than $10,000 through an airport? No, you can't. You can't carry more than $10,000 on you when you're traveling. You can't carry gold bars on you either. So what are you going to do? With Bitcoin, with just your mind and the recovery phase in your head, you can carry millions and millions of dollars. It's unconfiscatable and it gives you the freedom to move your money whenever you want. So let's get into how you can actually purchase Bitcoin and what is this entire hardware wallet thing. To purchase Bitcoin, you need to sign up to an exchange. Some of the most notable exchanges are Binance, you've got Coinbase, and you've got a lot of other exchanges. My personal favorite and recommendation for beginners is to start off with Binance. Now, once you make an account on Binance, you'll have to do KYC. Now, what is KYC? It's an authentication level to prove that you are actually a person. So you'll have to comply with those KYC steps, and then you can link your bank account or your credit card to purchase some Bitcoin. Now, after you've linked your bank account or put your credit card in and bought crypto directly, now you'll have some Bitcoin or any other crypto on the exchange itself. Now, you don't want to keep that crypto on the exchange because technically that crypto doesn't belong to you. It's like shares, right? It's pretty interesting. I mean, if you buy shares or if you buy gold or oil off of any other broker in the world, it doesn't actually physically belong to you. I mean, do you physically own that gold bar or do you physically own that oil barrel? No, you don't. It's something on the screen. So to actually take it and make it yours, you have to withdraw it onto a hardware wallet. Some of these include Trezor and Ledger, although Ledger did have some pretty big FUD about it. So I would personally go for Trezor. You can get a Trezor hardware wallet, which you can watch many tutorials on YouTube about. Buy a Trezor hardware wallet, set it up, and now you'll have your very own hardware wallet storage. What you want to do is you just want to withdraw your Bitcoin from the exchange and deposit it to that hardware wallet address. Now you have Bitcoin and it belongs to you and it cannot be controlled by anyone. So how is this useful to you? Well, currently Bitcoin is actually just a form of investment. It's a store of value, right? There is very little things you can do about it. I mean, currently in Dubai, you can purchase property with it up to a certain point. You can purchase cars with it, but there is no real use case at the moment. But it will come. It will come in the future because at one point, this corrupt monetary system will fail, right? There'll be too much money printed. There'll have to be a default. And what happens is you see in Venezuela, for example, you have the Venezuelan bolivars. To purchase bread right? You have to come in with bags of cash to be able to purchase bread. Now, what people are doing is, because they can't use this money due to inflation and it lost a lot of its value, they use dollars to purchase their bread. But if the dollar goes down, then what? Then you have Bitcoin. Bitcoin will be the solution to this. And we're entering into a digital age where we own our rights. We own all of our data. We own all of our money. That's what Web3 is about. And Bitcoin is a part of that revolution. You own your own money, and it can't be controlled by anyone but you. That is how it will change things. In the future, you'll just be transacting with your Bitcoin. And what's amazing is Bitcoin is actually switching to the Lightning Network. So all of your transactions will be processed like this with very little fees. Another significant advantage for Bitcoin is that, for example, think that you're a business, right? You are a multi-million-dollar business and you want to run transactions. So what happens is you actually want to send $10 million, right? It's a Friday. You have to send $10 million to your customer or the place you're purchasing from then and there. You go to the bank, you say, I want to send $10 million and I want to send it right now. The bank will tell you, okay, well, we need fees. You'll have to pay this much amount of money. Unfortunately, we don't work through the weekend, so that money will be sent on Monday. It'll have to be approved 3 to 4 business days, blah, blah, blah. But you need efficiency in a business. You need to send that money right then and right now. So banks don't let you do that. And what happens is when you actually store your money in a bank, you pay money to store your money inside of a bank. With Bitcoin, all of that is gone. All you need, hardware wallet, which costs like $100. Put your Bitcoin on there. When you want to send money, you just get the person that's receiving it, their wallet address, put it in, and boom, you send it. It takes like 10 minutes. If you're using the Lightning Network, then even faster. And the fees are less than $1. That's how cheap it is. And you can send it whenever you want, whenever you feel like it, whenever you have to, because Bitcoin is running 24/7 every single day of the week for every single hour of the day. So Bitcoin gives you complete freedom with your money. That's what Bitcoin is for, and that's why I believe you should hold at least some of it. Dollar cost average every single day. That's what I do. Nothing in this video is financial advice, of course. I'm just telling you what I personally do. No matter what the price of Bitcoin is, I buy with amounts that I'm not afraid to lose. Let's say you make $100 a day. Buy $1 of Bitcoin every single day, or 50 cents of Bitcoin every single day. Whatever amount that you're okay with. If it went to the trash tomorrow, you wouldn't care about it. But have some Bitcoin, right? Keep some, just in case, right? Just in case. It's a hit or miss. I know there's a very famous video of Da Vinci when he was begging everyone to buy Bitcoin when it was like under $1. It's still fine because you get Bitcoin at the price you deserve it at. And believe me, it's still not too late. I believe that Bitcoin can go to $5 million. That's my target for Bitcoin, because imagine if Bitcoin becomes the money, it's not going to be $20,000, $30,000. I mean, money has a global market cap of plus or minus $100 trillion. Bitcoin is under $1 trillion. Imagine that. And imagine when the mining of Bitcoin gets even harder and harder, and it's going to be even scarcer to mine more Bitcoin. Then it will go crazy. So guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned some very valuable knowledge. I hope you understood why Bitcoin is such a valuable thing, and it's more than just internet money, because there's so many things that you can do. I'll give you another example. Bitcoin is code, and it will be developed into things that you don't even know right now. Code can be changed and developed for the better. Same as electricity. We had electricity when it was first made by Nikola Tesla. It was direct current. And everyone called electricity a fad because you couldn't transfer any amount of electricity that was worth doing something without having this big of cables, and it was just useless. So everyone called it a fad. Then after a couple of years of innovation, we developed alternating current, and then we powered cities, we powered the mobile phone. If I told you right now, right, if I went back in time and showed the mobile phone to people and said, this is alive thanks to electricity, would they believe it? No. The same thing can happen with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is code and people will innovate and make it something incredible. It's only like just over a decade old. So imagine the innovation that will come. But guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to share it with your friends so everyone understands what is Bitcoin and why we need to have it. Trust me, you will become the favorite child once you send this video to your friends after 10 years and Bitcoin blows up, hopefully so. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Take care, everyone, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.